Many of you ask for more TA and to learn exactly why it's important and how to do it. So I am answering your questions in this video and doing a deep dive into TA so you can see exactly how it works. Here's how to stop gambling on meme coins and start using these real strategies to time entries and exits like a pro. Also, don't forget to watch the whole video through as I'm going to show these concepts on live trades to the end using Axiom Pro. So let's get started. This is exactly how we use the Fibonacci retracement tool in trading to find entry points and exit points for take profit levels. So what you are basically looking for here are the prices on that trend line to bounce off certain levels on the Fibonacci retracement. Sometimes it'll bounce off all these levels, sometimes it'll react to only some and just shred through others. You'll notice that when you're trading, but I'm going to explain each of these levels to you so you can get a bigger grasp on what each level actually means. So the 23.6 level, this red line here, this is usually, if we're drawing this from bottom to top for a long position, this level is considered the first minor retracement level. So traders often watch for price reactions near this level to gauge whether the trend is still strong, and it generally indicates a strong trend towards the upside if we were going for a long position here. The 38.2 level, or this yellow line here, this level is more significant retracement level. If the price retraces to this level and bounces, it actually suggests that the trend is likely to continue, especially when it holds this level. It's a common level for correction in a trending market. The 50% level, or this green line here, this level is not a true Fibonacci level, but it's often used in trading. So if price actually retraces to the 0.5 level, this means it is a balanced market and traders may look for further confirmation before making decisions. The 61.8 level, or also known as the golden ratio, and the 0.5 or the 0.618 level are also known as the golden pocket. So these are great entries for a trend continuation. This is a retracement level, so it's considered one of the most important Fibonacci retracement levels. The 61.8 level often acts as strong support or resistance. Sometimes it's referred to as the golden ratio, and traders believe that the retracement to this level indicates a high probability of trend continuation. So this is why we usually look for entries in the 0.5 or 0.618 spot to get the most profit out of a trade. Now, the 78.6 level, this level is less commonly used, but can still be significant. A lot of traders consider it as a deeper retracement level, indicating a strong trend if the price bounces from this point. However, a lot of times, sometimes it only bounce. I've noticed a couple of fib lines up and then retrace lower, making like a lower high here and then a lower low for a complete reversal. Now we have the 100% level, or where we originally drew from. If the price retraces 100%, it means it has returned to the starting point, erasing the entire previous move. This may signal a trend reversal or a significant change in market sentiment. Now let's quickly get into the MACD and the 4 important components of it, and I'll show you how it works and why it works, and then we'll get into some live trades using the Fibonacci, MACD, and also Bollinger Bands as well. And I'll show you exactly how to time entries and exits with those. So first, there are 4 components to the MACD that most people don't realize. We have 1, the MACD line, the signal line, the histogram, and the 0 line. And that's just this invisible line across the histogram, that middle part there. And each one of these components basically helps us to identify which way the trend is going. So is the trend going up or is the trend going down? So as stated here, we have the blue MACD line. And this is usually set at fast length of 12, which is fine. You don't really need to mess with these numbers too much here. Next, we have the orange signal line. And this is usually set at slow length of 26 days here, or a 26-day moving average. So 12-day moving average and a 26-day moving average for both those lines. As you'll see here on this blue space here, when it drops down like this, we'll get red on the histogram and it will move farther apart. Now, when it does cross over and it gets larger, like a large space up here, the histogram will then turn green and we'll get some bullish momentum here as well. And this little cross on the MACD actually signals that we may get some bullish momentum into that trend. So that is what you're normally looking for on the MACD, is that specific cross below the histogram for another push upward. Once again, when the lines space out like this, will turn green as well. So as you can see there, this turns green as lines get farther apart and we get this cross up. Right when we got this cross up, this bar turned green here too. And if we get little spaces like this in between, you'll notice on the histogram here, we had some little bars, but it's probably more than likely consolidating or dropping back downward. As you can see, it's crossing back and forth, deciding which way to go, but the trend overall on the MACD here is downward. So the price is probably moving towards a downward momentum. You will also sometimes get bounces like this on the MACD, indicating another push or reversal upward. As you see, we got a cross here too. And the histogram then turned green, signaling possibly more bullish momentum or the trend moving upward. So as you'll see here, this is an example of the trend moving downward where we get a cross above the histogram or the zero line here, signaling it could be time to take shorts, versus here, we're getting a signal where it crosses below the zero line or histogram to take longs. So that is what those crosses mean when you see them above or below the histogram. These would be shorts and the other way would be longs. All right, so let's move over to Pulse here. I'm probably going to focus on migrated section here. I am looking for the most amount of pro traders and I'm just scanning through. Most amount of pro traders is based on this number here. So you'll see we have 24, 42, 41 pro traders, 324. Let's check this one out. Looks interesting. Might have already hit. I don't know. There's a lot of smart money wallets in this one too. So let's go ahead and see. So hit resistance area. We do have 385 pro traders in it though. 12% bundled. Came down to our 0.5. Probably have to come back and see about that one. We'll keep moving. There's 372. So this one here, we'll just do a quick analysis. We also missed this one, but I saw 372 pro traders in here. If you go top to bottom, you'll see this came down and hit our 0.618 level pretty nicely. How do you know if you should enter on the 0.618, the 0.5, or the 0.786? This decision is going to be up to you, but what I noticed from this was we had a pretty solid overall higher lows being made here and higher highs, indicating we should probably get in. There's a little bit of a condense on this Bollinger Bands, these blue lines here that I have circling around the candlesticks. When you get condensed on the Bollinger Bands, it can signal a push upward, which is exactly what we saw. So that is something to take note of. We also saw we have a little bit of a cross on the MACD down here, signaling that push upward. Came back down, tried to fake us out. Had another push up here, and then just went upward from there. So I would have probably already been, I'm surprised it hasn't gotten higher yet. We're at 344 pro traders now. Come back to that. It's kind of on the lower scale. Probably wait. See what else we have. 64, 186. Do this one. Oh yeah, that's one we're watching. Oh, here comes the pump. So we're making some higher highs and higher lows here. I'm just trying to show you guys a quick little trade. Missed this one, but we'll go ahead and enter. Might have to get out 100K. But you'll see it came down to hit that 0.618. I just saw it late. See if it can go up to 200K here. We're now at 363 pro traders. Our MACD is still bullish on the 5-second time frame. So might be making a lower low here with this original top. Our Bollinger Bands are now spaced out. I'm going to keep moving along. See what else. So look at a couple other coins here that I was looking at earlier. So this Boomers one I missed, but as you can see here, if I take off the Bollinger Bands and you can just go to the left and go to indicators, you can type in Bollinger Bands if you want them on. If you would like to take them off, you'll see I had clicked them twice, so I have a bunch of them up. So you can just go off to the left, X out of them, X. So if we take our fib from bottom to top on this first pump up, we'll see it came down to that 0.618 very nicely. So could have entered here, especially since we saw, once again, higher lows being made, higher lows and higher highs. It did come back down for one last push and then pushed right on up. So that is something to be mindful of, those higher lows and higher highs, and hitting that 0.618 or 0.786 or the 0.5 sometimes. You just got to watch that uptrend and see where it's going. GVB, we are currently up at 120K. We entered late, so I was looking around at other coins, trying to find a coin for you guys, but you'll see it at the 0.618 pretty nicely. We are at 120K and see if we can hit 200K would probably be my max on this. I'm just trying to show you guys a quick little trade, but we are at 400 pro traders now, getting across on our MACD. And our Bollinger Bands are spacing out. We're hitting the top of these. We're not condensing down as much. So, but on Boomers, that's how you could have played that. And if you wanted to flip Boomers, so once you saw this general uptrend right here, I know this is kind of little, but that's a general uptrend, did hit our 0.618. Probably look, we even had a double bottom here, signaling a possible reversal, right? These 2 points hit, signaling a reversal. And then if you flip your Fibonacci, so we're going to flip it to look for take profit levels of where we should sell at, which you can determine psychological levels with meme coins, or we can determine actual 1.272 or something like that. Oh, my smart money wallet got in it. Look at him go. Probably going to call it a day here just to get out and get in and look at some more coins for you guys. But as you can see there, had I seen this a little bit earlier, could have got in, got out around 150K. That's about a 2 to 3x. So if you had 1 SOL, you had to have 2 SOL or 2.5 SOL, 3 SOL now. So look for those 0.618, 0.5 levels. So back to Boomers here. We saw that general uptrend. It even came down, tried to hit it again. But we were talking about take profit levels. So we can look at the 1.272 when we flip our Fibonacci. So you'll see it did come up and hit there. And it also almost hit our 1.618 level, which is insane. Just missed it by a hair. But you can also look to take profits around those levels. We'll see if it matches up with psychological levels as well. Did go higher, but you never know with meme coins. So this does match up pretty well with the psychological level at 80K. Those psychological selling points are at 80 to 100K, or you have that 50K. So if you want to be safe, let's say we set our take profit levels there, or we sold there at those psychological levels for this first pump up. We have that 0.618. Come up, we hit it. So this would be around a 1 to 2x, so doubling your money, 1 SOL, you'll have 1.5 or 1.75 SOL on that trade. Like I said, I am not one to look for 100x's. I'm not much of a gambler. I'm not very lucky. If you are lucky, you can go for it, but I am not, so I just stick with technical analysis and what I know. But those are our take profit levels, especially those psychological selling points like 100K, 300K, 500K, 800 to 1,000,000K, so on and so forth. So it's sticking around here, see what it does. But this one we saw at the 0.618. Once again, that general uptrend, I was late to it, was moving around other coins, so be careful, pay attention. And then it did come up and hit. I could have probably flipped this while I was recording since I'm explaining that to you guys, but recording and talking sometimes gets the best of me. So you'll see that's right at the 1.272. That's pretty much where I sold. And good. come up and hit this 1.618. It's at a nice psychological level of around 200K. So could do it. But there's a simple trade for you guys. If you would have gotten in at the right time, and we saw this at the right time, that's a 2, maybe even 3x here. So not too bad. Put 1 sol in, you get 2 sol or 3 sol, depending on how long you hold it for. But once again, with this trade, 1.272 take profit level. That's where we took profit at. 1.618. It's another good take profit level. And that's just based on this first pump up. So this I consider a first pump up. You'll usually then have a drop down, okay? Especially on good migrated coins. By good, I mean there's a lot of pro traders in it. What do I mean by a lot? I'm just looking for the highest numbers. People ask me for a specific number. I don't have a specific number. It depends on the day. It depends on what's going on in the market. So I just scan through these. I don't even have no filters on, right? I'm just scanning through these and seeing the highest number of pro traders I can scan through and find. And you can simplify your charts down to have market cap, volume, transactions, holders, pro traders, instead of all this other mumbo jumbo. It kind of messes with your brain when you're seeing all these numbers at once. So I like to simplify my charts down. That way my brain is really focused on one thing, and it's holders and pro traders. And then I just look for the highest number of those. So I'm just like scanning through these with my eyes. Here's 200 on boomers, which we already explained. Usually there's only a few. And these coins can be up to, I had one today that was 45 minutes old and made it. So I'll go over that one with you quickly. I was unfortunately, guess what? I was only recording one window, so it didn't catch this trade. I was really pissed after I was done recording. But I did enter here at the 0.618. And the reason I entered here, once again, a couple of things to notice. We have Bollinger Band squeeze. We have higher lows being made and higher highs. I get these are tiny now, but when you're live trading, they'll be much bigger. So we got higher lows and higher highs being made here. Once again, big condensed down on the Bollinger Band, signaling a possible shoot up, which is exactly what we got. So I got out a little bit early. I thought it was only going to go up to a couple of fib lines, maybe around this resistance level. And it was at a psychological selling level for me around 500K. So I was just looking for a quick 2x. That's just me. But you can certainly hold it longer. And this one did take some time when I was in it. It took about 20, 30 minutes, I want to say, while I was looking for other coins. So this is only a 1x, right? You put 1 sol in, you have 1.5 sol now. Have you hold it all the way up to here? That's 2 to 3x now. It's still pumping up. It even came down. Everyone sold at 1 million. Once again, psychological selling level here at 1 million. We can even put, let's reverse our fib. So if we reverse our fib, we came down, hit the 0.618. That's our entry. Reverse our fib. This top to this bottom. See where we should take profit with the profit level, which is where I should have sold at. So this 1.272, you'll see it came right up there. It's coming back up now again to that 1.27 mark, which is a great psychological selling level, or you can aim for these higher levels as well, the 1.618. Some people even aim up to here. You got to be really patient for those and not let your emotions get in the way. So do beware of that. If you're just looking to get in and out of trades, don't want to worry about your emotions. Just look to sell at 1.272 or 1.618. No big deal there. But that is how you would use the Fibonacci, the Bollinger Bands, and also let's explain the MACD real quick. You'll see on the MACD on this one, we actually, reset chart view, MACD on this one, we were bullish when we entered, right? And by bullish, our lines on the MACD, the signal line and the actual MACD line were above this histogram. This means it's in an overall uptrend. So you'll see on the MACD, it's going up. So that's another way you can determine if it's an uptrend. And it's bullish on the histogram. Can it come back downwards and fake you out? Certainly. Trading is not perfect. But I'm just showing you guys a couple of tools you can put in your toolbox to make you become better traders. Find those entry points. Find those pullbacks to enter on. Don't just gamble and guess. Really look at these pullbacks and these charts and see where you can enter and exit on. Because a lot of times, it'll hit it pretty perfectly, as we saw with this 1.272 and the 0.618 level here. I got out way too early. But that was just a couple of examples for you guys. I just want to show you a quick couple of tools. The only tools I use, Bollinger Bands, Fibonacci, MACD, sometimes I look at. You don't want to put too many tools on your charts. Your brain is going to get confused. But really play with the Fibonacci. Look at those entry levels, 0.618, 0.5, or 0.786. Look for a general uptrend. We're making higher highs or higher lows. And if we have a cross or the MACD is bullish, that's always helpful as well. So those are only three things I really look at, as well as the Bollinger Bands being condensed as I showed you. So if you guys do have questions, please let me know down below. Technical analysis is my game. I love technical analysis, something I'm passionate about, something I believe works on pretty much any chart, even meme coins, as I just showed here. So have questions, drop them down below. Let me know what you want to see on my next videos, and I will be sure to cover it. Thanks.